are you? Thanks for checking out my video. Today we're going to make some cinnamon glazed almonds. Some people call them German roasted almonds. They're the kind of nuts that you get like at fairs, sometimes festivals, sometimes at the mall. They come in cones like this. Usually they're colored cones, but I just used a piping bag for this. But anyway, it's been years ago, but I used to own a small company manufactured these cinnamon glazed almonds and pecans. So I've always missed it. I really enjoyed that business, and I've had a lifelong obsession with these cinnamon glazed almonds. I've always loved them. And that was how I got started on it in the first place. But you can make them at home, and that's what we're going to do. So what you want to do is you want to have everything ready before you start. You're going to need 2 cups of almonds. You're going to need 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, which I've already added in there to the sugar. You're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla, which actually I'm going to just go ahead and put the vanilla in with the water because they're going to get dumped in there together. You need 1/4 cup of water. Okay, so there, everything's ready to go. So once you get started with them, it goes, pretty quick, and you have to be careful. So first we need to talk about the almonds. And I bought these raw almonds from Sam's Club, and they are particularly large almonds. Now, when I had my business, we had these big nut cookers that cooked at the exact right temperature. They had a spinning arm that stirred everything the entire time that they were in there, and it was just right. You could use big almonds and they would come out perfectly roasted every time. However, when I made them the first time with these big almonds, when they were done and I tasted them, it was like the almond was not cooked all the way through the middle, and I didn't like that. I didn't care for that at all. So there's a couple things you can do. You can buy already roasted almonds, and I did make some with these kind of nuts. They turned out great. However, these usually come salted, which is no big deal. You pour them into a sieve or strainer, and you just shake the salt out into the sink, or you leave the salt in there because salt and sugar go good together. So you can do that as well. But these are quite a lot more expensive than these raw almonds that you get at Sam's Club or Costco. So since I'm always pinching pennies and trying to save money, I wanted to use up this whole bag of almonds that I bought specifically for this purpose. So what I did for this time is I roasted these almonds beforehand so that I know they're not going to come out chewy and taste undercooked. So I simply threw my 2 cups of almonds onto a cookie sheet, threw it in the oven for about 10 minutes at 350, and it roasted them. And I tasted one just a few minutes ago, and they're perfectly crunchy and just right. So now, no matter how quick this process goes, the nuts are going to turn out just right. So have everything ready. You got 2 cups of almonds, 3/4 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of water, a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so we're going to get started. First thing you want to do is you want to put your water, vanilla, and sugar in. And we're going to wait for this to start to bubble. So while that's happening, I'm going to get myself 3 tablespoons of water and put it in this container. I have tried to mimic the way they turned out when I had my business. I've looked at some other people's recipes, and some of them purposely add more sugar at the end. I don't know if I'm explaining that exactly right. I'm just trying to duplicate exactly how they were when I had my business. So this cinnamon smells delicious already. So it's starting to simmer, and bear with me because this is the first time I'm using this hot plate that I have. But it's simmering now, and so we're going to put our nuts in there. And what's going to happen is it starts out really liquidy, and you're going to think, ooh, that's soupy, that doesn't seem right. Well, as it cooks, in about 5 minutes, the water's going to evaporate, the sugar and cinnamon is going to cling to the nuts, and the sugar's going to get dry, like very dry, and it's going to be like we have a dry pan with just sugary nuts in there. And then at the very last minute, I'm going to toss this 3 tablespoons of water on the top and stir very quickly, and it's going to kind of create a glaze. So you'll just have to bear with me now for about 5 minutes while this process happens. But when you do it yourself, you have to keep stirring. If you walk away, you'll wind up with some burnt almonds, and that won't be good at all. So you just want to keep stirring all the time. and it will take about 5 minutes. When I had my business, this is kind of a funny story, I used to all the time have to go to the post office to ship packages because I had a website where I sold, you know, these nuts. People could call and order cones of nuts, or they could call and order the tins full of nuts. And so I would go to the post office almost every day to ship packages, and it never failed. I would be standing in line waiting to ship my packages, and I'd hear somebody saying, "Do you smell that? What is that?" I realized that it was me that smelled that way because I would be standing over the top of these cinnamon cooking almonds every day, all day, and that's what I would smell like. And so happened many times at the post office. And not only that, sometimes I would go straight from the from work to one of my son was in junior high or high school at the time, and people used to call me the nut lady because I would always take the little single serving cones of nuts, like the ones that I would sell to movie theaters, and I would always carry a handful of those in my purse. And so when I would go to like one of my son's basketball games or whatever, I'd hand them out to friends and stuff and to the kids, and so they started calling me the nut lady. But also I was many different places where I would hear people saying, "Do you smell that cinnamon? What is that?" And I would always be like, "It's me." So okay, I don't know if you can see this, but it's starting to get, now it looks, instead of looking like total soup, it looks like syrup now. And that's just the process. It's got to go from wet to syrupy to dry, and then at the end we're going to splash some water on there real quick. That's going to make them get shiny again, so that they're not just dry. And I don't know, some of the recipes I've seen online, they call them sugared nuts, and they look very grainy, salty, and that's not exactly what I'm going for. I'm going for more of a glaze. So yes, it's going to be sugary and it's going to be crunchy, and I'm not saying it's not going to seem sugary, but I'm not trying to make them as sugary as I possibly can. I'm going to try to have them end up seeming somewhat glazed. So we're getting there. It's getting thicker and thicker. And you have to be really careful because this sugar will burn you. Let me tell you, if I were to flip some of this accidentally on my hand right now, I would be sorry, because this stuff is molten hot. So I would be careful if you have kids nearby you when you're cooking these. I wouldn't let them get too close, because you have a very unhappy little camper if they got burnt. When I had my business, you could just put the sugar, the cinnamon, the water, the nuts, and the vanilla all right into the big cooker, and you would walk away, and it would stir them the whole time. And then it had a timer, which was perfectly timed to the end of the process. So I could go to my office, I could go start another cooker making another batch of nuts, and when the beeper went off, you just went over, you threw your little bit of water in at the end, and of course it stirred it for you. You didn't have to do it yourself. But then you would wind up with just a perfect batch of nuts every time. Now, I don't know if you can see this now, how thick these nuts are getting. They're getting really dry. In fact, the bottom of my pan is no liquid anymore. They're getting real dry. So this is what we want. They're just gonna turn out looking sugary here. And we want to get them as dry looking as we can. And then you're going to throw the water on them, stir them, and dump them on our pan. That's something else you want to have ready. You want to have a cookie sheet with parchment paper on it ready, so you can dump them as soon as you're done. Okay, so these are just about there. They're dry, and now there's a bunch of sugar on the bottom of the pan that's disconnecting from the nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this water in here and stir real fast. And this is where you could accidentally burn yourself by flipping these nuts around. So I'm just getting them all wet again, but keeping them on the heat so that they're still cooking. I'm just trying to get away from the sugary phase and have them seem more glazed. We're just about there. You want it to be like there's not a lot of syrupy sugar anymore on the bottom. dump those on the pan. And they will stick together, but they will break apart pretty easily. And here's what they look like. See if you can see those. They look just perfect. They don't look totally dry, and they don't look wet anymore. They're separate, so you just have to be careful when you're at the end, after you throw that water in there. You got to let it cook just until the syrup is gone, but they're still I don't want to say wet, but they just maybe damp would be the best word to use. So anyway, I think these turned out great, and I hope you make them and they turn out well for you. And do me a favor, please like, follow, and subscribe. It's free to you, helps me out a bunch, helps me to continue making videos. And if you want to get this recipe and others, you can go to my website at rhondasthriftykitchen.com. Thanks.